It's something you may have known all along. Simple, yes, but its power? Truly remarkable. 5 healthy drinks that sabotage your heart health at dinner. What you think is healthy might be hurting your heart. You've probably heard that staying hydrated and choosing healthy drinks is the key to better heart health, especially after 60. But what if I told you that some of the most common drinks served at dinner, yes, even the ones labeled as organic, low sugar, or heart-friendly, might actually be putting extra stress on your aging heart? By the end of this video, you'll not only know the 5 most surprising culprits, but you'll also discover the one method to reverse their impact and support your heart through every single meal. You might already know it. It might even seem basic, but the results? They're out of this world. So if you've ever felt tired after dinner or noticed your blood pressure rise despite doing everything right, stay with me. What we uncover here may completely change your dinner habits, gently and for the better. Let's begin with the first drink that's often mistaken for a healthy choice, but can secretly sabotage your heart. Drink 1: flavored sparkling water with natural additives. Let's talk about flavored sparkling water. Yes, even the ones that say 0 calories or infused with natural fruit essence. At first glance, it seems like the perfect substitute for soda. No sugar, no caffeine, light, refreshing bubbles. What's not to love? But here's the heart truth. Many of these drinks contain hidden citric acid, preservatives, and even artificially derived natural flavors that can irritate the lining of your blood vessels. That subtle inflammation, night after night, quietly places long-term stress on your cardiovascular system. And if you're sipping it with dinner, especially a warm, high-protein meal, those additives can disrupt digestion and trigger bloating, acid reflux, or even temporary heart rhythm irregularities in sensitive individuals over 60. Some brands also include potassium benzoate, a preservative that has raised eyebrows in studies looking at heart cell stress in aging populations. Now, I'm not saying toss every can in the trash, but knowing which ingredients to avoid can make all the difference between a helpful habit and a hidden heart hazard. And in just a moment, I'll show you a much gentler alternative, something your heart will thank you for at every dinner table. Drink 2: diet teas. Yes, even herbal ones. Now let's look at a drink many seniors turn to after dinner: herbal or diet teas. They promise everything from better digestion to deep sleep, and they feel warm and comforting. But the truth? Some of them come with unexpected risks for your heart. Many diet or detox teas include licorice root, which can raise blood pressure and lower potassium levels, a combination that's especially risky for older adults. You might not feel the effects immediately, but over time, regular consumption can subtly interfere with your heart's natural rhythm. Other herbal blends contain senna or cascara, natural laxatives that can cause dehydration and electrolyte imbalances, which affect how efficiently your heart contracts and relaxes. And watch out for teas labeled slimming or metabolism boosting. These often contain caffeine derivatives or green tea extract, which can stimulate your system late in the day, making sleep harder, blood pressure higher, and your heart a little less calm during the hours it needs rest the most. Even with herbal teas, the devil's in the label. A simple chamomile or rooibos might be just fine. But when you see a laundry list of beneficial herbs, it's worth asking, is this really heart healthy or just cleverly marketed? Drink 3, low sugar fruit juice. Next on the list, low sugar fruit juice. Sounds innocent, right? You might find it in the healthy aisle, marked with terms like cold-pressed, organic, lightly sweetened, or no added sugar. But here's the hidden truth. Even natural fruit sugar in concentrated form spikes your blood glucose and triggers insulin responses that aren't ideal during dinner. When you drink even a small glass of orange, apple, or cranberry juice with your evening meal, your body shifts into a glucose processing mode. That can delay the body's ability to wind down into the parasympathetic state, which your heart depends on for nighttime recovery. Plus, juices, even healthy ones, lack fiber, which is key to slowing down sugar absorption. That sugar hits the bloodstream fast, and if you're insulin resistant, pre-diabetic, or diabetic, as many over 60 are, that means more strain on your arteries and heart muscle. Even more surprising, some juices contain natural flavor enhancers that include sodium or potassium-based preservatives. These can distort electrolyte balance, especially harmful if you're on heart medications or diuretics. So before pouring that healthy juice into your dinner glass, consider swapping it with something more gentle. I'll suggest a few replacements your heart will absolutely love. Drink 4, plant-based milks. Yes, even almond or oat. Here's a twist. Many seniors are turning to plant-based milks like almond, oat, or rice milk, believing it's better for cholesterol and digestion. And that can be true, but only if you choose wisely. Most store-bought almond or oat milks contain added oils, gums, and emulsifiers. These additives help create that creamy texture, but may disrupt gut bacteria, trigger inflammation, and lead to subtle arterial stiffness over time. And while they're dairy-free, many of them are not sugar-free. Oat milk in particular often includes maltose, a sugar with a high glycemic index that spikes blood sugar faster than glucose. That, once again, places unnecessary stress on your cardiovascular system. Worse, some barista blend versions contain canola or sunflower oil, which may increase omega-6 fatty acids disproportionately, fueling internal inflammation, especially after a full meal. This doesn't mean you have to give up plant-based milk, but look for unsweetened, gum-free, single-ingredient options like homemade almond milk or clean-label coconut milk. Your heart will thank you one sip at a time. We often think if it's dairy-free, it's better. But as we age, it's no longer about what's removed, it's about what's been added in its place.
Drink 5, kombucha and fermented drinks. Let's talk about kombucha and fermented drinks. Now wait, aren't these supposed to be good for your gut? Absolutely, they can be, in moderation and at the right time. But here's what many people don't realize. Consuming kombucha at dinner, especially later in the evening, can have surprising effects on heart rhythm and blood pressure. Most kombuchas are fermented with black or green tea, meaning they contain natural caffeine, sometimes as much as a small cup of coffee. For someone in their 60s, 70s, or 80s, that's not ideal close to bedtime, especially if your heart needs calming, not stimulation. Some also contain residual alcohol, tiny amounts, but enough to interact with medications or contribute to evening dehydration. And dehydration is a quiet threat to heart health in older adults. And then there's the sugar content. While many kombuchas are labeled low sugar, the fermentation process can be incomplete, leaving behind hidden sugars that may still spike your insulin at night. So yes, fermented drinks can support gut health, but timing is everything. Enjoy kombucha in the morning or early afternoon, but with dinner, it's probably doing your heart more harm than good. Gentle alternatives your heart will love. If you're thinking, so what can I drink with dinner that's safe for my heart? You're not alone. Let me share a few heart-friendly options that support digestion, balance, and hydration without adding silent stress to your cardiovascular system. First, warm water with lemon and a pinch of sea salt. It hydrates, supports electrolyte balance, and helps calm the nervous system. Next, consider a simple homemade ginger infusion. Not the bottled stuff, but a few slices of real ginger steeped in warm water. It gently supports circulation and soothes the gut, making digestion easier on your heart. Unsweetened hibiscus tea is another winner. Studies have shown it can lower systolic blood pressure in older adults and reduce inflammation. Just make sure it's pure hibiscus, no added fruit punch blends. If you want something creamy, try homemade almond milk. Just almonds, water, and maybe a cinnamon stick. Avoid gums, oils, and sweeteners. And finally, still water, maybe with cucumber or mint, remains a timeless ally. It doesn't stimulate, it doesn't spike, it simply supports. What you sip with your meal can either calm your heart or quietly challenge it. These choices whisper health into your bloodstream, one meal at a time. The hidden pattern behind all 5 drinks. Have you noticed the pattern? Each of the 5 drinks we've discussed today, sparkling water, diet teas, low-sugar juices, plant-based milks, and kombucha, all share something in common. They're marketed as healthy, but contain ingredients that either spike your blood sugar, disturb your electrolytes, stimulate your nervous system, or quietly inflame your body. And here's the twist. Most of them don't show their effects immediately. They work quietly over weeks, months, or even years, nudging your heart toward imbalance, one dinner at a time. That's why awareness is everything. This isn't about fear, it's about power. Because when you understand what's really in your glass, you get to decide how your heart ages. And for those who stick around just a little longer, I'll show you the most powerful method I know that helps reset your heart's dinnertime rhythm and protects your energy overnight. If you're still watching, that tells me something special about you. You're not just looking for quick tips. You care deeply about your long-term well-being. You're curious, you're thoughtful, and you believe in learning to age better, one choice at a time. And I'd love to know you're still here. If you've made it this far in the video, type 1 in the comments below. It's our little signal, just a hello from one heart-conscious person to another. And hey, if you've learned something useful already, Maybe share this with a friend or loved one who's always trying new healthy drinks. They might be surprised by what they find. Now, let's keep going. The next part connects what you've learned so far to what you can do about it. Why dinner drinks matter more after 60. Dinner isn't just a meal. It's the final moment your body gets to prepare for rest, healing, and repair. And after age 60, what you drink during dinner can either support that nighttime recovery or quietly interfere with it. As we get older, metabolism slows, the nervous system becomes more sensitive, and electrolyte balance plays a larger role in how the heart performs overnight. That means drinks with sugar, caffeine, stimulants, or even certain acids can send mixed signals to your system. Instead of relaxing, your body might shift into alert mode. Your heart rate rises, your blood pressure stays slightly elevated, and sleep, real restorative sleep, slips just out of reach. Many seniors wake up in the middle of the night not because of bad dreams, but because their heart is responding to a subtle imbalance triggered during dinner. It's rarely dramatic, it's rarely obvious, but over time, that nightly stress adds up, and it shows up as fatigue, higher blood pressure, and poor circulation. The good news is this: just a few simple changes to what's in your glass can support better digestion, deeper sleep, and a more peaceful heart rhythm. You don't need fancy supplements. You just need to choose with care. The gut-heart connection and what your dinner drink does to both. Let's explore a powerful relationship that often gets overlooked: the gut-heart connection, especially in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. When your digestion is smooth, your heart stays calm. When your digestion is disrupted by bloating, gas, sugar spikes, or dehydration, your heart notices every single time. Your gut and your heart communicate constantly through the vagus nerve, a major highway that regulates your parasympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for rest, healing, and calm. Now, here's the kicker. The wrong drink at dinner can irritate the gut, trigger mild inflammation, and put your nervous system on edge. That, in turn, raises your resting heart rate and reduces heart rate variability, two markers of how well your heart handles stress. So when you think about drinks, don't just ask, does it taste good or is it sugar-free? Ask yourself, how does this support my gut-heart balance? A simple warm herbal infusion with no additives. That's a hug for your nervous system. A sugary, sparkling drink with hidden acids? That's like static noise for your heart. When you care for your gut, your heart breathes easier.
Healthy labels that mislead us most. Have you ever picked up a drink and thought, this has to be good for me. It says so right on the label. Welcome to the world of healthy-sounding words that don't always mean what we think. Words like all natural, no added sugar, heart smart, lightly sweetened, 0 calories, infused with botanicals. They sound lovely, calming, trustworthy, but here's the truth. Many of these phrases are marketing terms, not medical ones. They don't guarantee that a drink is safe for your heart or even gentle on your digestion. For example, no added sugar often just means the drink uses fruit concentrate, which is still sugar, just from a different source. Infused with botanicals can mean anything from lavender oil to synthetic flavoring. And 0 calories? That's often achieved with chemical sweeteners like sucralose or erythritol, which can disrupt gut bacteria, triggering subtle inflammation that affects the heart. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to help you read labels like a detective. Because when you know what to look for, you won't be fooled by flashy packaging. You'll sip smarter, you'll feel better, and your heart will stay stronger, one meal at a time. What doctors rarely explain about dinner drinks. Let's be honest. When was the last time your doctor asked what you drink at dinner? They ask about salt, sugar, cholesterol, maybe alcohol. But rarely do they mention how seemingly healthy dinner drinks might be affecting your heart's overnight recovery. And yet, research shows that what you drink in the evening can impact your sleep quality, your blood pressure by morning, your resting heart rate, and even your risk for atrial fibrillation in later years. Doctors are busy. Many assume we're drinking water or tea, but they don't see the growing trend of functional beverages, diet teas, plant milks, or 0-calorie drinks. And they don't often explain how timing and additives play a role. That's where your own awareness becomes your best medicine. Ask yourself, is this drink nourishing? Or is it just marketed as healthy? Does it help me feel calm? Or does it leave me slightly restless? Am I waking up tired even if I slept 8 hours? You don't need a prescription to support your heart. You just need insight and gentle consistency. Real stories from older adults who made the switch. I want to share a few stories, real experiences from older adults just like you who started making small shifts in their dinner drinks and saw real changes. Margaret, 72, used to drink diet iced tea every night. After switching to warm lemon water with a pinch of sea salt, she noticed her blood pressure readings dropped within 3 weeks, and her leg cramps at night disappeared. George, 68, loved oat milk with dinner. After learning about the sugar content, he swapped it out for homemade cashew milk. His morning blood sugar stabilized, and he said, "I feel more rested, and I don't wake up at 3 a.m. anymore." Cynthia, 80, was a kombucha fan. She didn't realize the caffeine and sugars were contributing to her palpitations. After switching to hibiscus tea in the evening, her heart rhythm became steadier and her sleep deeper. These aren't miracle stories. They're stories of awareness, of making small, gentle changes and letting the body do what it's designed to do, heal and balance. And the best part? They didn't have to give up joy. They just learned to choose with wisdom.
The clean sip rule you can start tonight. Here's a simple rule we call the clean sip rule. It's one of the easiest, most powerful shifts you can make starting tonight. Ready? At dinner, choose one beverage that has no added sugars, no caffeine or stimulants, no gums or preservatives, and ideally, no labels at all. If your dinner drink is something you could make yourself in your kitchen, like warm lemon water, fresh mint tea, or homemade nut milk, you're supporting your heart in real time. Why does this matter? Because your heart doesn't just react to what you eat. It reacts to how your entire digestive system responds to the meal. The cleaner your drink, the more smoothly your body shifts into the rest and repair state that's so essential after age 60. Start with just one clean sip, then another, and another. In time, it becomes a habit, not a restriction, but a kindness to yourself. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be intentional. Resetting old habits without guilt. Let's pause for a moment. If you've been drinking some of these healthy but harmful beverages for years, please don't feel guilty. You were doing what seemed right. You were choosing what was advertised as good for you. The truth is, we all learn as we go. The point of this video isn't to shame, it's to empower, to help you step into this next season of life with more clarity, more calm, and more confidence in how you support your body. Old habits don't need to be broken with force. They can be gently replaced with wiser, simpler ones that actually work with your body, not against it. So take your time. Try one new dinner drink this week, maybe 2 next week. Let it be joyful. Let it be curious. And if you fall back into an old habit, just notice it, breathe, and begin again. Your heart is listening, and it's always ready for a fresh start. Why most advice fails, and what doesn't? Before we reveal the one method to protect your heart from dinner drinks, let's talk about why most advice doesn't stick. Because it's based on fear, or restriction, or complexity. But your heart doesn't need complicated rules. It needs a daily rhythm, a sense of safety, simplicity, and support. And that's where the final method comes in. A practice so gentle, so basic, you might dismiss it until you try it. You might already know it. It might even seem basic. But the results? They're out of this world. Ready? Here it is. The most powerful way to protect your heart from dinner drinks. Drink nothing but warm, still water during your evening meal for just 7 nights. That's it. No sparkling water, no flavored tea, no juice. Just warm, still water, maybe with lemon or ginger if you like. It resets your digestion, balances your nervous system, and gives your heart the calmest possible environment to rest, heal, and recover. It sounds simple, but try it for 7 nights. Then, look at your sleep, your blood pressure, your energy in the morning. The results will speak louder than any ad ever could. And if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Type 2 in the comments if you're ready to try the 7-night warm water challenge. Let's see how many of us are ready to make this gentle change together. And don't forget, subscribe, like, and share this video with someone you care about. Their heart might just need this message too, because aging well isn't about perfection, it's about wisdom, rhythm, and love.